We are back at Seal Island. So we have had an action-packed, emotional roller coaster for the last couple of weeks. Last week, Sunday, we had a dead whale wash into the bay. She's been bashed about a lot.
It really looks like something human that killed her. I really think she got
caught in a net, maybe.
Oh, you know what? It could be a ship strike, eh? This could be barnacles that scratched her along the ship's hull also.
Oh, maybe.
Loads of whales died.
And before that, we had cooking sharks, like 4 or 5 sharks on every trip. We were still working at Claimbright though, so we were over the other side. Now, at this time of year, generally speaking, they start to move to the island. Now, they were still over that side. We have had a bit of disruption with the orcas coming through the bay, but we were starting to expect them coming to this side. Coincidentally, the whale washed in at the same time, and we thought they were all chasing the whale at the other side of the bay. The whale washed out, there was no shark bites on it. There didn't seem to be any sharks in that area. So as a last ditch attempt, we came back to the island to see, and we found 4 great white sharks here. So it did look like they'd moved over this way. And then, in true fashion, 2 orcas came into the bay. We think it was port and starboard, but we're not 100% sure. Sure enough, the great white sharks disappeared for a few days, and we thought we were at the beginning of a long stint without great white sharks. And then we kept chomming. A few days later, we came to the island and we got another 4 great white sharks here. Actually, no, 3 and then 2 in the afternoon, so 5 great white sharks altogether. And we were so relieved. The whole crew, morale went through the roof. They're still around. And then 2 days ago, we had orcas turn up again. Now, it wasn't port and starboard. We think it was Lefty and a different orca, one with a straight dorsal fin. The whole crew was a little down. We weren't too sure what to expect. So when we came out that day, we weren't hoping for the best. And then just before we set off, we heard there was 1 great white shark at the island, which sent us morale through the ceiling. Everyone was ecstatic. Even if it was just 1 shark, at least we know there was 1 around. We came out, we chommed for a couple hours, and 7 great white sharks showed up, and it was insane. It was probably one of the best days in Mossel Bay that we've had for a long time, which is super weird considering the orcas have been through, but it just shows that we don't really know anything about what goes on wildlife wise. We know very little. How's today been? After you heard there was 7 sharks yesterday.
Oh, no, we're not. Only 3 sharks.
3 sharks? You only think there was 3? You think everyone's lying?
Not a chance. There was definitely 7.
7 sightings of
You
the
weren't
shark.
even here. We were here.
7.
Yeah, that's you lying.
No, we watched it on YouTube.
100% 7 of them.
I don't think that's true.
We counted them. You are just.
How do you think Tony's counting skills are? Tony?
Nasty makes you
Tony was here
nasty,
too.
nasty makes you fat.
All of them big, actually.
Count both sides.
Come both sides.
Are you happy the sharks are still in the bay, Nico?
So stoked.
So
Nice
stoked.
to have them just so active here by the island.
How's your research going?
Pretty good. Yeah, we're on 75 sharks, different ones, several re-sightings. It's nice to see some of the older sharks from last year coming back. Almost on clockwork, a few days after when we last saw them, last year, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's nice.
How's today been?
Awesome, brilliant, really awesome. Like what I said, it's the best of the year.
Best trip of the year? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. 6 sharks.
For how active they are, how consistent they are.
No, that's brilliant, awesome.
Been an incredible day. So we're out again today and we've had 2 great white sharks so far. The visibility is amazing, the conditions are amazing, the sea conditions is flat, great visibility, great sharks. They are disappearing a little bit today, but still we've got great white sharks on Seal Island, ready for winter. Hopefully, if they all can stay away, we're gonna have an epic winter. This is when we typically see great white sharks breaching, natural predations, lots of the bigger sharks starting to move into the bay, and yeah, should be a good winter.